I just got over my fear of flying like 5 years ago. Like, I'm good where I'm at.
Did y'all ever have tater tot casserole growing up? Go ahead and say it, Caleb.
You know what it is, Caleb? And that's a white people story right there.
I used to sleep with a mattress on top of me.
A mattress? Where you get an extra mattress from?
I didn't.
I thought you were poor.
Right. As soon as I found out I was having a girl, I started working on it. Hey. What's your name? Reggie.
You ready? Let's get it. Absolutely not. Oh boy.
All right, folks, welcome back to another episode of Under the Weather. As you can see, I'm one of your hosts, Levi. This is our host, Caleb, who is under the weather today. No, welcome back to That's How You Feel. Today we have a very special guest. We would like to welcome to the, I almost said stage.
Welcome to the stage.
Welcome to the
This is the stage.
Mr. Quinn. I don't ever say last names at first because I don't know like if people want their last names out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't care.
Hey, do you want your DJ handle at the bottom when we do the thing?
Hey, that would be fire.
Hey.
Don't look it up, though. We only got a few followers, you know? We're working on
hey,
it.
go
Alright,
follow
though.
his page.
DJ QBX1. Did I say it right?
DJ XQB1. You put the X to fill in the space. You know, that's what the young kids do these days.
That's how real.
I'm sorry.
He's a real good friend. You can tell.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I had it on here. It's on here somewhere.
You know about it.
DJ XQB1. Yeah. So I did. This is my okay. This is Julia. Stop it! Don't laugh already. No, we're gonna have a great show. I'm not gonna have an attitude.
Can you put the Wheezy toy next to him this episode because I feel like he sounds like we the Toy Story penguin.
Anyway, I'm gonna do so. Aside from like Quinn, so I'm gonna do 3 facts about Quinn. I wanted you to do it just because
I'm gonna read your mind. What they are. So my
Don't be
guess
dumb.
is he's your oldest friend.
You're so dumb.
Hey.
You're so dumb.
I'm gonna guess that his mom is your godmother.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He is also a new father to Journey Elaine, which I love the name Journey, by the way.
Thank you. It's the wifey.
There you go. And as wait, what? Oh, her name. She came up with name.
Yeah, she came up with it. Yeah, no.
I didn't know if it was like from her family or something.
Elaine, that's my wife's middle name.
Oh, okay.
So she had to put her signature on it.
Yeah.
She's like, well, we got your last name, so I get to at least have the initials.
Yeah.
So their initials match.
That's true. I guess my daughter has my wife's middle name, and Gabe has Emily's maiden name.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, also, as we already mentioned, up and coming DJ.
Yeah.
One of Kansas City's hottest new DJs out here. Don't forget to follow him at DJXQB1.
Yes, sir.
Follow him, hit him up, man. I almost gave you a gig this weekend. It was the tailgate.
He would have,
You would have been so mad at me.
Why?
because he was mad at the person that gave it
It
to
was
him.
so. Our boy Doug hit me up. He was like, "Hey, you want this gig on Saturday for this tailgate party?" I was like, "Oh, bet."
Oh, a tailgate party. Oh, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be this event, this movement, and it was in a parking lot with 20 people who were from Germany, and they didn't speak really great English, and it was a real fiasco.
Yeah, but
I mean,
enjoy American music, so
Well, but then
They requested German music,
oh no.
and that's
so-
when they started dancing.
and so I had to Spotify myself for a good hour and a half of that. So it was,
But also, like, you were told the wrong time too, right?
yeah.
They were functioning on their time over
They
there.
wanted. I was supposed to be there from 11:30 to 2:30, but they wanted it to start at 10:30. So they showed up at 10:30, and I didn't show up till 11.
Wow, not punctual.
So
Okay, check mark for
Yeah, hire Caleb for your weddings and events.
yep,
he'll show up when it's done.
yep. Quinn is my
That's why
oldest
you
friend.
should hire DJ XQB1.
Quinn is my oldest friend, and he is a new father out here in these streets.
How long have y'all been friends?
30
Diapers.
How old is
Diapers.
Quinn?
Literally.
How old are you?
36 years old. I just turned 36 last Monday.
Happy birthday to you.
That's what
yeah.
it
We've been
is,
friends
36.
for 36 years
So you older than him?
by
Yep,
like a couple
yeah.
months.
Okay. A couple months. You're 36?
Mm-hmm.
Couple months.
Don't do
Not
that.
a full year, but
Don't do it. Don't. Just move on. You don't have to take a shot. You
No,
don't
I
have to.
wasn't. I'm trying to remember your age, honestly. It's not taking shots.
Right, because you always say I'm like 50.
Well, 60, but
I mean, he acts like you.
Might as well just put him in a nursing home with that attitude.
Every other day, looking like his daddy too. We don't want to talk about that though. But I love my goddaddy though. It's gonna be no goddaddy slander on this show, not this episode.
I have no intention of slandering my father.
I'm just gonna let y'all two talk. This is great. I like this.
No, we're moving on. We're moving on.
This episode is called "Growing Up with Caleb." We got.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Anyway,
comments from old episodes. Actually, you want to take it on? You think you can do it over there, Wheezy?
Yeah, I can. But before we get to the
Lil
comments,
Weezy.
I just want to say thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Oh, I forgot that part.
You did. But we're on Patreon too now. So check out our Patreon. I think that's linked on our website, Julia.
Do we know what it is yet still?
No, we don't know what it is. But hey, it's there. You can tune in. And
got some extra content on there from our episodes.
Head on over to our merch. I almost said merch show. Our merch. Check out that. THY. That's how you feel show.com. We have merch. Please buy our merch. All proceeds go to diapers and formula.
Come up with something new. That's been too many episodes now. Keep it fresh. You got to keep them entertained.
Okay.
You know how you comment to the producer? This is me commenting to the host.
All right. So comments. This first comment is from the episode where Angelique was talking about how when you're with like people and they ask you, "Oh, how are you and your spouse?" Yeah. And if you say, "Oh, we're good," they're like, "Oh, great," and then they just move on. Like they don't even care anymore. But if you say, "Oh man, we going through it right now," then people lean in like, "Oh, give us the tea."
Yeah, they want to be nosy.
So this comment comes from Toyin Yeah. Humans are wired.
Umessery.
Yeah, I can't. Not today. I can't do it.
You need me to read it?
No, I got it. Humans are wired to fix things that they consider to be wrong. Everything that is considered to be working needs no attention. Everything not working will attract all the energy. See it as the concern for the world holds for the good. I guess that's kind of true. Like if your marriage is great, they're like, "Oh, okay, you're fine. We don't need to talk about it." But if you're saying you're having problems, you're like, "Oh, what's going on? How can we help? Let's tune into this." But still, though, I think that people should be celebrating when, like, if people say, "Oh, if we're good," like when I ask you, "Hey, how you and your spouse doing?" We good. That's awesome.
Well, and I started using the question Angelique had mentioned instead of saying, "How's your job?" Saying, "What are you excited about right now?" As an icebreaker, and I've started using that a little bit, which is really cool. Now, I will say when they say their answer, I'm like, cool. Like, where do I go from here? But I'm learning.
I hate asking people how they're doing because, like, my life for the most part is going great. Like my life, like there are things in my life that could be different, it could be better for sure. But for the most part, my life is great, and I have friends that every time I talk to them, "Hey, how's it going?" They're in some crisis, and I sit there and they just like lament and dump on you, and I'm just like, okay, now how am I supposed to say I'm doing great now? Like I don't want to like
see, and that's why I can't do that. You ask me how I'm doing, I don't care if it's the worst day of my life. I'm hitting you with it's all good.
Yeah,
but
that's
what if it's like a close friend asking you like, "Hey, how's it going, man?"
You'll probably read me and be like, that sounded a little iffy. Are you really okay? And then I might tell you then. But
I understand that.
But first off, I'm not going to just say, man, I'm struggling, man.
Because Quinn is a very closed off person. Quinn plays everything close to the chest.
So I was going to ask, like, if Caleb asked you, do you still keep it pretty tight to the chest?
I would probably tell him. I would tell him. I mean, he talks a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, he's a good guy.
Oh, yes.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but he has a lot of good knowledge. And when he's in his pocket, he'll give you good advice at times too. And so he could be a person that you can
That's good to
find
know.
solace in. You really can.
Shout out to you for this recommendation. This is delicious.
Fire.
It's good.
Hey, Jennifer makes it. I'm like,
she makes it at home?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I was
tried
medicine
that
ball tea or something like that.
Yeah.
I was sick not too long ago, man. She made it a few days in a row. Oh, I said, baby, can you make me some more of that?
Was it when you were sick or when you were?
When I was sick. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
no, it works great when you're sick. I've had it every once in a while when I'm not sick because it still tastes good.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
Sorry. We were
No. I'm sorry. I don't want to say let's move on. I don't want to sound like I'm having an attitude over here.
He's got a wound open right now.
I'm fine.
So the next comment comes from the K video.
I text my friends back, K. Just the letter K. And I think it's fine.
Actually, I disagree because until I mentioned on the podcast, that's when you started texting me K. That's why I brought up being annoying, however I said it.
No, I still do
On
text K
purpose.
though. Like I be wanting like K.
Yeah, but
Or
to
just
me
like the thumbs up
specifically,
emoji.
Thumbs up. That's what I was about to say. I've never gotten the K from him, but the thumbs up, I'm like, dude.
Actually,
what about like the okay
don't
or
give
like
me the thumbs up.
thank you. So actually, that comes from one of the comments from Bree. There's like 5 E's in there. K and thumbs ups are triggers for my anger. LMAO. So that's what we're doing now.
He's gonna do it more now.
Exactly. That's the thing. So so don't tell him what annoys you because then he'll do it.
Yep.
whatever.
What's the other comment from that one?
From Lacey. Lacey Shockley says, "Amen, Levi. Baleb drives me nuts too."
Baleb.
That's right. Also, Carissa Zumwalt said that's classic Baleb energy.
Yep.
Oh, no, she said that's classic Caleb is an entertainer. I mean, Baleb behavior.
Yep. Baleb should be ashamed. I don't care. K is fine. K is fine. The thumbs up. I love it. I'm here for it.
It's not about you. It's about the recipient and their feelings. And clearly, most recipients don't receive the K or the.
This one's not okay either.
No, none of it.
It's literally like an FU.
No, it's not.
It is in modern day.
It's short, and short is usually like
FU.
Yeah, that's it. Moving on.
I don't care what you. Okay, got it. Don't care.
like if you sent it to me and like if you sent me back a thumbs up, I'd be like, oh,
That's because you ain't got
you
a
got a
heart.
little attitude.
What?
But I wouldn't be like offended with it.
But you admit that. Oh, it means you got a little attitude.
There's a little sass behind it.
So that's why you're sending it all the time.
I'm a little sassy.
Don't do your hand like this. Little sassy.
It reminds me. There's this dumb trend on TikTok right
I'm not
now.
gonna last.
Someone be like, "Ooh, that's zesty," and someone else comes up, and then he's like, "Ooh, it's I don't know, zesty." However, he tried to do it.
All right, go on. Question of the day.
No, we got one more comment. It comes from the video on the Midnight Snack Challenge.
Oh yeah.
So we did a challenge with Angelique, and it was a bracket full of midnight
Oh,
snacks.
yeah.
What would you have chosen?
She ended up choosing pizza, right?
Pizza and pizza rolls.
Pizza rolls. No, mine is just chips all day.
Ooh,
That's my
Chip was-
kryptonite.
Yeah, chips was on there.
It was on there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Chips
it
was
was
on
on
there, but chips beating cereal.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't
See?
had cereal since I was a teenager.
See, I personally actually agree with you on that because I would choose cereal as a midnight snack.
Like I'd have been thrown with this bracket because cereal's on there, ice cream is on there. Cereal, ice cream, and pizza would have been like top tier snacks.
See, pizza's
Pizza's up
good,
there.
but it's not like there's others. I think,
But it's not like a midnight snack. It's like, let's say if I'm out late and I come home, what am I gonna smash? Like
a bowl of cereal. No, chips those are an easy grab. Salty,
Easy.
crunchy.
But
Yeah.
once you pop, the fun don't stop, man. That's the only problem. That bag is gone.
What? Hold on, that is like a slogan from like the 90s. What?
Isn't it Pringles?
Pringles.
Oh my gosh!
Shout out to Pringles.
I can't believe you remember that.
Pringles sponsor
You know
us.
what I mean?
But
That's crazy.
This comment comes from Ryan7828. It says all her choices were valid except cereal versus Pop-Tarts. Because she actually chose Pop-Tarts over cereal.
That's nuts.
Which hot take, I don't think Pop-Tarts are good.
Pop-Tarts are great.
They're good. They're good.
I mean, they're all right.
I would eat them over cereal.
Brown sugar, cinnamon Pop-Tarts all day.
I would choose
That's
a
regular.
toaster scramble.
Excuse me?
Toaster
That's
strudel
regular.
over those any day.
What's a better Pop-Tart?
The s'mores ones. Oh,
Oh,
Whack.
actually,
S'more
the
line.
middle of the
Whack.
s'mores is really good.
Whack. S'mores Pop-Tart. They're okay. They're not beating brown sugar.
What about
cinnamon.
toaster strudels?
I never like really had those as a kid.
Really?
too much work. You gotta put the icing on top, don't you? The frosting.
Yeah, but it melts quick.
Oh, yeah.
But you do got to wait for it to
They
cool
are good,
down,
though.
or else it's gonna burn the top of your mouth.
Yep.
I grew up poor. I
Yep.
didn't have those in my house. I didn't get to experience those unless I was
Just
over,
those
like,
butter noodles over there.
Butter noodles.
Okay, this is kind of.
Vienna
I
sausage.
found out there were levels of poor.
Did y'all have Vienna sausages
Sure
growing
did.
up? Yes.
Yes, we did.
And I I tried to get my kids when we Brooklyn and she was younger. I was like, all right, she's got to have Vienna sausages. All kids have it. I just thought it was a thing. So I cut them up nice for her. She would not even. I think she tried one bite, spit it out. Has not touched.
Do not give your daughter Vienna. If I find out,
she will at some point.
Have you tried? We should do like a taste test of the things we had as a kid.
Vienna sausages, bologna.
I could still do bologna.
Hey, bologna's fine. Like,
yeah, I like a
still
fried
fine.
bologna sandwich. I like bologna.
But like, no, you don't have to live like that. You
don't have
also,
to, but it's
why
okay.
is it called bologna? It's spelled bologna. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a random thought.
Levi, what's the origin?
It's Bologna, not bologna. It's Bologna.
Oh boy.
That's a bunch of baloney if I ever heard of
it. Moving on.
All right, time for our next next segment, which is question of the day.
No, thank you, Levi, for not doing anything extra about it. Cool.
Yeah,
anyway,
I'm not gonna be myself anymore when I'm around you.
Thank you. All right. So, okay, if you found out space exploration was open to the public, like it announced 2025, you can now go to space. Are you going?
No, absolutely not.
Would you be the first American on the moon?
Excuse me?
Would you be the first?
I'm with you.
First American on the moon?
The first. Very first.
There
hasn't been done.
There have been people on the moon before.
Bruh. You were the one that brought this conspiracy theory to me.
Oh, because I don't think we really went to the moon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I get what you're talking about.
I'm not trying to get flamed in the comments, so I'm just going to stay quiet over here.
You're funny. So back to the question, though.
Wait. Okay.
So back to the question. So if you found out space exploration was open to the public, are you going?
I don't know.
Let's say it's also like reasonably affordable, like, $1,200.
Regardless, I mean,
why aren't you going though?
I just got over my fear of flying like 5 years ago. Like, I'm good where I'm at. I used to get nervous. I might throw up before the flight. Really? And then one day I got rid of that, but that's because I get on the flight, I say my prayer. The only music I listen to is gospel music.
That's hilarious.
Hey, until I feel safe,
it's a real thing.
Then I'll turn something else on. But for a while, it's nothing but Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin.
What's the scariest part of a flight for you?
No, it's not really much anything. It's just when you're up in the air and everything's so smooth, then you hit a little turbulence, and then sometimes it like a roller coaster, it kind of hits that little drop. Your stomach kind of comes up to your throat. I'm like, oh no, and you kind of look around like, hey, anybody else feel that? It's just me.
No, yeah.
So okay, are you road trips over flights now, or like now?
No, I'm good.
Now you're good.
I'm okay with flights. I'm perfectly fine with flights.
But before you were like, we ain't getting on no plane.
Yeah, no.
That's hilarious.
You're gonna notice this about me, but the worst part for me is the landing. I have to close my eyes.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. It's that whole landing drop until we are safely on the what's it called out there?
Tarmac.
Runway or whatever.
Tarmac.
Yeah, there you go.
Tarmac. I'm like this. I don't know why it gets me every time.
Well, they say going up and coming down are the.
It's mainly the
most
part
dangerous
when the I guess the wheels land on the tarmac until we slow down because I can't.
You get that little bump up
and I can't see like where the plane's going. I know we're on ground. I'm like, are we gonna hit something? So I have a bit of a control issue sometimes.
That's funny. But no, if I found out space exploration was like open, I'd have to wait like 3 years before.
It's like the people who tried to go see the Titanic. I mean, I'm not gonna be the first one.
Yeah,
I'm not. You're not gonna catch me out there. I want to be first in line. No, I'm gonna wait till I know that successfully this has happened for 5 years, maybe. Maybe one day I'll do it once, just so I can see like above the earth, and then I'm good. But I can see a picture of that.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's just go on to the next one.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is your question.
Yeah, these are my questions, mainly for Quinn, because I would be remiss if he came on here and we didn't talk a little bit about music. All right, so you got your opener, you got your closer, and then you got to cut somebody. So your choices are JT, Usher, and Chris Brown. Who's opening the show? Who's closing the show?
Easy.
And who are you like, hey, you got to sit this one out, big dog.
Easy. JT out of there. Out of there.
Really?
Chris Brown, go ahead and open it up, man. Do your flips, your tricks, slide around. But then Usher, baby, come on. Bring it home for us. Hey, Usher taught me how to dance, sing, all of that.
So you cutting JT.
You sing too?
I say I can.
You say you can't?
I say I can.
Okay, hey.
So you cutting JT and you gonna make Chris Brown, who is arguably like the best entertainer of all time right now, you're the opening act.
Who has more impactful songs?
Jay.
Usher. Chris Brown might have more songs. Usher has more impactful songs in his career.
Yeah, but JT over Chris Brown?
Yeah, easy.
As more.
He's the worst entertainer of the three.
More impactful songs, though.
Oh. Don't do that.
Jeez, Quinn.
Don't do that.
But I'm not.
I love me some JT before he was in the woods or whatever. But
I hope they tear you apart in the comments. I hope they tear you apart in the comments for that.
I'm here for it though.
Listen, I already know his answer on the next one. I'm not happy with it.
This is funny. But you never know. I don't know Quinn like that. All right, next one is Whitney Houston, Beyonce, or
He said he
Adele.
don't know me like that. That's crazy.
I mean, maybe
Crazy
I do.
work.
But all right, who's opening the show? Who's closing out the show? And who you cutting?
Who's the
Whitney
people?
Houston, Beyonce, or Adele? And Adele.
Don't do it to me, bro.
Easy.
So who's your opening
Levi.
act? Who's your
I'm
opener?
gonna look you in the eyes.
Bruh.
Who's opening the show, Quinn?
Adele out of here.
That's right, because she's coming to sing with me.
There you
Please
go.
tag
There you
her.
go.
And
Adele is out of here. She got 3 songs.
You know what's... Well, actually, no. I'll wait till we're all done with his, yeah.
Whitney's got to open, and Beyonce is just
See, I would have cut Beyonce.
that's impossible. She's the greatest. She
I
is
also-
top three entertainer of all time.
Okay, wait. Okay, so you're gonna cut Beyonce.
Can I tell you the only reason why? And it's really controversial.
What is it?
It's over this whole Diddy stuff right now.
That's funny.
I'm just
what?
getting all the Diddy drama.
Oh, did he?
I'm too deep into
How
it.
you know she in it?
There's too much stuff. I mean, I feel like her Jay's. I've been on too much.
You don't think Adele ain't been to a Diddy party?
Well, I'm not saying that. Have you watched? You probably haven't gone as deep as I have on this.
Probably not, but
But Jay-Z and
I
Beyonce are
heard about
supposedly like the ringleaders with Diddy,
interesting.
and there's a lot of like
We're gonna find out.
we are, and here's the thing. I don't like putting stuff out like that because I don't know,
Let's never know.
but that's the only reason why I would have cut Beyonce.
All right. Now, for me, the first one, I would cut.
They're hard choices.
If it's if I get to pick who I gotta sit down.
I know who you're doing.
we should take bets because I think
I know who it is.
I think I would also cut JT.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were.
Oh
Gonna say.
wow!
I think I would
I thought
also
you were gonna
cut
say
JT.
Chris Brown.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Chris is just too much.
Honestly,
of a
I think
factor,
I'm with
man.
you. Chris Brown can open. Usher's closing the show. I think I'm with you on that. Like, his new album is
Don't fall
bananas.
into peer pressure, Caleb.
I'm not.
Who? Usher?
But no, Usher is like Usher hits home for me.
I just came
Did he
from
just
Atlanta
come?
to see him.
Yeah.
Did he just come KC though,
I think so.
or is that in December?
Who? Usher?
Usher. No, JT's coming in.
He's
December.
not coming here.
All right, so with the female ones, who's your opener and closer for the three ladies?
Whitney
Whitney's opening
opening. Yeah.
and Beyonce's closing. And you Adele.
But it might be, hey, Whitney might have to come back out for the ballad at the end. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce,
Or
hey,
they
you
all
shut
three-
it down,
they
but we
all
gotta send
three.
everybody home.
No,
They all
Adele
three
got to
could-
sit down.
Adele has to. No, she's.
Adele, just come sing with
Adele,
me.
go back to the trailer, baby. Next show, you
send it to
you
the
might get
next
to come
scene.
up.
I just imagine her and Whitney Houston on a stage together.
That would be fire though. It really
It
would.
would be.
So who would? How would you have the show go?
I
Yeah.
already told you I'd cut. Oh, how would it go? That's hard because Whitney is.
Whitney is.
But I would have Whitney open and Adele close. Listen, I've been to an
There's
Adele
no wrong
concert,
answer.
and I will tell you, that thing is the way. Because obviously, if you sing ballads for every song, you've got to what she did with her concert and the visuals. I would say was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Same
don't
thing
doubt
with
it.
Beyonce and all them. I've seen clips of their concerts and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
incredible, but
All right, last one. Wayne, Drake, and Jay-Z.
This is the hardest one. Wayne, Drake, and Jay-Z.
It actually is not hard for me at all.
can you guess who
Really?
I was gonna cut?
I think you're gonna cut. I think you're cutting Drake.
Cutting Jay-Z, duh. Did you not listen? Listen.
Oh yeah.
Only because of the controversy right now.
Oh god.
Guilty before proven.
It's true.
No. So
shouldn't
I
be
would
like
cut.
that.
If it's me, I'm cutting Drake. Wayne can open and Jay-Z can close.
That's hard.
Drake, sit down, Drizzy.
I was opening Drake, closing Jay-Z. Unfortunately,
Really?
Wheezy has to stay home.
You ain't cutting the best rapper alive.
Not the best rapper alive is closing for me.
Really?
He's up there though, But Drake just has way too many hits. I'm sorry. He's getting the crowd going for the single fellas out there. He's getting the ladies going.
That's true. But I might get canceled for this. I've never understood the popularity of Jay-Z.
Too young.
Maybe. Well, I mean, I don't feel like I'm that. Like, what are some of his big hits?
H to the Izzo.
Big Pimpin'.
That's fun to sing at
Hard
weddings.
Knock Life.
Allow me to reintroduce
It's a
myself.
from Andy?
My
Public
name is
service
Ho.
announcement.
When you said Hard Knock Life, I thought of Andy.
Yeah, he sampled that
it's
song.
sampled from that.
Oh, I have heard. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
Change
So is he more like
clothes.
90s rap?
He came up in the 90s. He hit probably his plateau early 2000s.
Okay.
Black Album.
Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
Yep.
If you feeling like a pimp, go on, brush your shoulders off.
Whoa.
Jeez.
Yeah, you too young.
I got 99 problems.
I listen to 90s rap and all that stuff, but
I got 99
Reasonable
problems.
doubt.
ain't one. Oh, I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I didn't say the word.
Beep.
Do not beep there because I did not say the
ahead,
word. I'm gonna really get canceled.
Yeah, Jay-Z has got hits. Now I don't think there was ever an era or a time frame where he's been number one, but he's always been in the conversation of GOATs. Or at least great top rappers.
But is that because he's the ringleader of the whole
You never know. Could be.
You better let that man live.
TikTok? Help me out. Help me out.
What's your favorite Jay-Z album?
1989.
What's the one with it's unpopular opinion, but what's the one with Star is Born? Every day the star is born.
Oh, I have no idea.
That one. Whatever that album is, that's my joint right there. I forget the name.
I like the Black Album.
I mean, that's classic. That's
Black Album for me.
yeah, it's easy.
Oh my goodness, Quinn, what are these other questions you have up here?
I actually put those in. Quinn didn't do that.
Sorry, Levi. I'm sorry.
I just thought we were a little short on question of the days.
Then go ahead. What's up with him?
Do you guys have like a favorite family recipe from like your family that they cook, or
I used
maybe
to.
you've learned to cook or whatnot?
I used to. It was my mom's mac and cheese.
Oh, now you have your mac and cheese.
Well, yeah.
It's always mac and cheese with you.
Bro, it'll always be mac and cheese with me. Like, it was my mom's mac and cheese until I found out what she put in it.
And what's that?
Cream of mushroom.
What's wrong with that?
About standard.
Hate mushrooms.
Me too, but cream of mushroom, like it's got. Do you hate the taste or the texture?
It's for the consistency.
It was so one, I didn't know. Like, again, she made this
He liked
for
it up until he
years
knew.
like this. And I requested it every, hey, Mom, you making mac and cheese? She was like, yeah, boy. And so then, but I was over their house one day and I saw her make it and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm making mac and cheese. I was like, what you mean? She's like, this is how I've always made it. I'm like,
So you wouldn't eat it to this day now?
nah, I'm not touching it.
That's crazy.
Really? Anything like with cream and mushroom in it?
I can't. Now I know it's got mushrooms in it. I can't touch it.
See, because I don't like mushrooms, but if it like has cream and mushroom in it or it's blended in,
You're okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, that used to be like, so that was the thing. And I think she also makes a really decent banana pudding.
That's
That's what my brother Chris requests. Like when Chris comes into town and he's like, hey, Mom, make banana pudding.
Next time, can you invite me over? No. For the banana pudding. Banana pudding is where it's at.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah. What about you, Quinn?
A couple ones probably. So my dad used to make a fire pot pie. I love pot pies.
Yeah.
Oh man, he loaded
Like
up
a chicken pot pie?
Yeah, chicken pot pie. He would make it homemade. Oh, so heat.
That sounds delicious.
But I can't just leave it with my father because my mom she'd kill me if I just
No,
left
leave it right there. Like, hey,
I'm gonna hear about it. You know my mama. You didn't want to talk about my cooking. I learned from my mother, so I feel like I grill a pretty good kebab, whether it's steak, shrimp, chicken, whatever. And I learned from her, put a little coating of Thousand Island dressing on it as kind of like a
Really?
It helps it not burn as much, and it keeps that flavor on the inside of it too. Yes, it's the one.
I don't like kebabs.
Well, thank you to your mom. I just learned something.
Try it.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I don't really care for kebabs. But they're good though.
They're not my first
Really?
choice, but I mean,
You don't like the veggies.
No, it's not that. I don't like on a stick. Like,
Having
how do you eat it? Like, do you why
I pull.
yeah.
pull?
I'm not big on the veggies. I like them when they have the pineapple on them because I love pineapple.
yeah,
and
yeah,
grilled
yeah.
pineapple, really good. Yeah. Mine would be.
You sure?
No, go ahead.
You sure you don't want to give your mom one more prop because you know she's gonna watch and just chew you out for not saying.
My mom, anything my mama makes is good. She can make anything from no ingredients in the refrigerator and just whip up something. I don't know. I can't even say what, but it's just anything that woman cooks.
Has she ever made something that like wasn't good and you were like, "Ooh, this ain't it"?
Salmon croquettes. Like I do not.
Are those like salmon patties?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mom used to make those when I was growing up. Yeah.
I'm okay with them now, but like don't make those for me.
Yeah.
She's like, boy, go get those salmon croquettes in there. No, mama, I'm not trying to eat that. Where the chicken at? Like
I love salmon patties growing up. That's funny. Yeah. My nanny's biscuits and gravy. So that's a big thing in our family. I feel like a lot of people say their grandma's is the best, but they got nothing on my nanny's. She's also taught me how to make it a little bit, so I'm learning, but it's still not quite as good as nanny's. And then for my mom, it would be tuna noodle casserole, which is I could eat any day of the week. Y'all like tuna noodle casserole?
okay.
My mother used to make that tuna casserole.
Yeah, cream and mushroom in it, didn't it?
Probably, but yeah, she used to make it. It was great when she made it.
Yeah, I love tuna noodle casserole. So.
But now that I know how it's made, I'm like, I'm not eating that no more.
That's so funny. Did y'all ever have what was it called? Hamburger tater tot casserole? Growing up? Really? Go ahead and say it, Kayla.
You know what it is, Kayla? And that's a white people stuff right there.
It's a little weird. It's got like green beans.
The funny thing about that is
hamburger.
that I had the first time I had it was at a white person's house.
I mean,
it checks. It checks the list. I mean, of something that's
it sounds good though.
Yeah,
white cookout.
A white cookout.
It's honestly, I mean, it's not that great to be honest. I mean, it's good, but it's not like life changing. The other question was, I thought because we're getting close to the end of the year, getting close to New Year's, but what's the biggest lesson you've learned this year?
I wouldn't say I've learned a lesson. I would say the biggest thing that I've maybe observed this year is...
It's a big question.
The biggest thing I've learned is how to adapt to other people's lives changing. Like, because...
That's good.
Like this year, I had a kid, like basically this year or last year, and I've had to watch, or I've watched my other friends, they've had children too. And even though we're great friends, the relationship changes because there's a kid now involved. And so the time and access that I've used to have with them is different now. And I've had to learn how to be okay with that. And instead of being bitter and sad, really still like being just happy for that, for that friendship, and accepting I can't see this person as much as I would want to anymore because they now have a child. So.
Which, and I'm just curious, now that you have a kid, do you understand that more?
Nope.
Okay, I thought we were gonna have like a deep answer where it was like, yes, no, I totally get it now.
Like, first of all, I do get it. But when people, I do understand it now. But when people like want to see us, I don't think we've ever used our kid as like a reason to say no. We're like, oh, we're coming. We're just bringing our kid now. Like if you want us there, we bringing little Gabe with us. And then
but have you had to put things on the back burner because sometimes you're like, you know what, we've had a lot going on. We really just need a night with Gabe. Or like maybe even a couple nights. Like, have you had to slow down? And I'm not grilling. I'm seriously asking questions.
No, we've like looked at like some commitments and like tapered off kind of some things, but like. When our friends call us and need us, they're like, "Hey, yeah, we're coming. We'll be there. We're taking our son." And then we've literally like been at friends' houses, and we put Gabe in like their bedroom and like let him sleep while we're out there having a great time. And just our life just looks differently now. We have a kid, so we're just bringing our kid with us. Like we're not gonna tell you no.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes Em will be like, "I just want to stay home tonight with our son." I'm like, cool. And she's like, but you should go for us. Like you go and represent the family. And I'm like, all right, bet. I'm out.
You always
is it ever opposite? Like,
yes.
Baby, you go ahead and represent for us. I'll stay at home with Gabe.
Let's go on to another question. Nah. Yeah, she gets to go sometimes where I'm like, hey, yeah.
Sometimes.
No, like she'll get to, I'm like, hey, you go. I'll stay with Gabe. Because there are some things I don't want to go, but you can go.
Yeah.
Like with the dinner party, like the Halloween thing.
Well, you had a gig.
Okay, yeah, so never mind. That's a bad example. What about you, Quinn?
You were out of town.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned this year?
Man, that's tough. Biggest lesson I learned. I don't know if I have a lesson necessarily, but I really learned a lot talking about having a new baby. But I really learned a lot about my wife this year and how resilient she is, how strong she is, and just dealing with the baby and what we were going through with that. It was a struggle. Our story is very similar, like Caleb's story and Emily's story behind having a baby. But, once she came out and just seeing how that woman, no matter what, was there for that child, man, that's why I married her in the first place. It was like, I could see you being an awesome mother. And, man, it's really panned out that way. And so really it's just kind of seeing that development happen. And it's happening even better than what I thought it would. Her taking care of our sweet little journey, man. That's just the biggest thing for me this year is really just seeing that develop.
I love that. I love because I think it's true. I mean, you really, especially when you go through having a kid, you see your spouse in a different light, and it's a better light, brighter light, right?
Sure is.
Yes. I was seriously like, no, I'm being for real this time.
But seriously, I think that's a really good. I like that a lot.
No, I'm being for real. I walked literally this evening. I walked out of my bedroom and Emily was playing with Gabe on the floor, and he had his face on the floor, like, and I'm like, would you pick up our son? Like, he's got his face just, and he's like laying there like in a compromising position. I'm like, pick him up. He's struggling right now. She's like, oh, he's fine, and he was. But like to watch them like play and interact and have like.
I thought you were going to tell us a really sweet story.
Bro, she is. Emily is the tough
Gabe
parent.
needs that though, because he's softy. Em is way tougher, and she's going to make sure that boy is strong, and he's just
my wife is going to make sure my son becomes a strong man. Like, it's not going to be me.
Don't you think, like, I'm sure you guys both can attest to this, walking into a room and literally just smiling, watching them interact.
Oh, it's very beautiful. Like, cause they were like literally like playing and just interacting, and I'm just like,
that's my family.
Yeah, cause like he had his sock half off his foot. It was just
you're so OCD.
It was the cutest little thing. Like I was just like, oh, look, you can't even put a sock on. You don't know what you're doing over there. Like, okay, that's fine. No, like I do love watching them like interact like that. It's beautiful. Like when she's like putting him to sleep and they're just like in the room with the lights off and he's just in there cooing and making all kinds of noise. I'm like, oh man,
baby sleeping is literally. It's so.
Now it's cool, but like before, like when is he breathing?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. They say never wake a baby up, but I'm like. See if they kind of flinch a little bit.
You have to get like right there and wait for that little bit. Okay, we good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Has Journey started sleeping on her stomach now, or is she still on like?
No, she's still on her back.
Hey, the back is cool, but when they start sleeping on their stomach, it's so terrifying.
You wake up and their face looks like
it's crazy. I can't wait for that for you. I can't wait for that for you because it's so terrifying. You're just like,
can't wait for you to be terrified.
Move your head, baby. Move your head.
Nah, because my son will sleep like with his face in the thing, and I'm like.
Brooklyn, and even still, she's starting to adjust, but she will put the pillow over her head to sleep. And so we'll go in, because we put a morning box in her room, and I'll always have to adjust her. And like her head is sweaty at that point, because, you fully covered up, you're going to be sweating. But literally for years, that's how she would sleep. Not years, I should say there was like a year she had slept like that.
I used to sleep with a mattress under me, on top of me.
A mattress? Where you get an extra mattress from?
I didn't.
I thought you were poor.
Right. He got a whole nother lazy boy.
No, I would climb under the mattress and sleep between the box spring and the mattress.
Huh.
First of all, it wasn't a very expensive mattress. It was very like thin and like flimsy. So
if you chose the box frame, I would I would assume.
So yeah, I liked the weight. It was.
I have, I guess, like laid under a mattress not to go to sleep, but when you're carrying one and it, never mind.
Whatever. All right, move on.
Quinn's like, I don't know what y'all talking about.
Right? All right, let's go. Let's get into like this minor topic. This really quick. We're gonna touch really briefly on this, and then we're gonna move on to the actual like reason why Quinn is here. What was it like growing up with Caleb?
Caleb.
First of all, I don't even know why we're asking Quinn. Quinn wasn't even there. Quinn lived on the north side of town. I lived on the south side of town.
So were y'all's mom's best friends?
Oh, best friends.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Still
Our
are?
dads were best friends.
Was
One
it
of the
dad's
other.
first? Yeah, it was dad's first.
Like, yeah, I think because
Yeah.
my dad was like in a part of their wedding or something like that. Like,
Are they still friends to this day?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, my dad passed away, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
yeah, like you know, not you don't know his dad, but
Well,
you
no,
know
no.
where his dad worked at Lake City Ammunition Plant, where Dylan
Oh.
and them worked at.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The
All the light bulb off. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yep.
that is so the question. Okay, now I don't want to know what it was like growing up with Caleb because you didn't grow up with me. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. But what do you easily remember about me when we was children?
I mean, were y'all like teenagers or middle schoolers together?
So
It was literally 0 through like 15.
So then y'all grew
Yeah.
up together.
whatever.
So Caleb.
What do you easily remember about
Caleb, Joshua and Caleb. Josh was the
See,
youngest.
I hate when people say that. I hated that so much.
And then Caleb.
Joshua and Caleb.
I mean,
Caleb
that's
and
just what it
Joshua.
was. That's really what it was.
Then was it
So-
Chris and David together too?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So Joshua and Caleb would always hang with me and my little brother. So we were all closest in age. And so Joshua was like, I compare them to the Wayans bros. Joshua was Marlon. He's the goofy, like in your face, really
I'll take that all day.
really dramatic with his movements, all that. Caleb was more the sarcastic, he was what's the kid's name? Eddie Haskell. Yeah, he was a little Eddie Haskell. So Caleb would be behind the scenes. He would get Joshua in trouble for something that he did just because Joshua was the loud one. And so he would kind of bully Joshua in that way. But Caleb's very similar now to how he was as a kid, to where very, very sarcastic about it. It's like, dude, I need you to be serious right now.
He likes to blame things on other people.
He definitely does, and he did back then. But it was awesome, man. Their family is. I really consider him a brother. There's a few people outside of my actual family that I consider like to be that close, and the Foreman brothers, they are like I consider myself a extra Foreman.
No, I mean, Gabe's birthday party. I mean, even for a family picture, they're like, Quinn, come on, you brother. Come on, get in here. I mean, it's really
Yeah,
cool.
you might as well.
Really, really cool to see. So.
Yeah, and so yeah, growing up with Caleb, man, after church we'd always be like, hey, can they come over? Can they come over? Can we go over there? I love my
I
God.
don't ever remember you coming to my house.
Exactly, because I love my goddaddy. I love you, but he was like Joe Jackson, and so he was like, oh no, they got to rehearse, and so half the time we get turned down. Because they got to go rehearse, and we're over here like, man. So we would run around the church as long as we could until it was time to go for a lot of it. But
It was kind of funny, like to find out like if we were going to Quinn's house after church on a Sunday. So we would, where our church was like right off the George Brett Bridge exit. It was that exit right over there, and so you take 70 east towards St. Louis. And so, like I said, he lived on the north side of town. We lived on the south side of town. And so I knew we were going to Quinn's house is if we exited 70 and made a left to go north. And I was like, we're going to Quinn's house. And then if we made a right, I'm like, I gotta go home.
I gotta go rehearse.
Because we had to go rehearse.
Well, and that was my question.
Lamest thing in the world.
What was it like to know Caleb in his boy band era?
man, I was so jealous. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
So jealous, envious, man. Just seeing them up there, and they would do their dancing and singing. They had all the cool instruments and equipment in the house. And I'm like, man, I didn't know anything about singing then. But I'm like, I could do that. I could dance like them. I could sing. Shoot, let me in there. So I used to beg their daddy, like, hey, let me in the group. Like,
Let me be Foreman number 5.
You know what I mean? Hey, I just look a little different.
That's the wildest thing. Because I knew that like I knew Quinn like wanted to be in the group, and to hear somebody say, I looked at your life and was like, I wanted to be in that. Cause I looked at his life and was like, I want to be in that life.
Well, I mean, it's common. You always kind of look at other people and see it being like, I wish I had that, when you don't see all the problems and everything else that goes on in that life.
No, yeah. I mean, that's true. Like I was never like, kids are never really privy to like what's really going on.
I'm just saying in general.
No, but like kids are not really ever privy to like what's going on in like their house and like, with, bills and finances and like what they had to get. Like all I knew is that Quinn had every new toy. He had every new gaming system, and Quinn's house was fun, and his house was bigger than ours. It was nicer than ours. His backyard went on for miles.
It really did. I had to cut that thing too. Oh, terrible.
I never thought about that.
I should have asked my dad why.
I never thought that you would have to cut your grass. But
was it a push mower or a ride-in?
Oh, it was push, and we had one before the self-propel too. Oh, I got strong doing that though.
Yeah. I never had a self-propel mower, but like we always had like 4th of July was over his house.
I never had that one. No, I never had that one.
I didn't. But like
we had butter noodles.
Okay. You know what? I said this earlier. There is different levels of poverty. I was never at the butter noodles poverty.
Well, you acting like it.
But no, I was poor. But like
that's because they had all the equipment, you know.
Oh,
yeah, right, like our money was tied up in music equipment. But like my cousins, one time I was over my cousin's house, and they were like, "Oh, I'm about to make some butter noodles," and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Okay, so this is the level of poverty that they're at." I'm like, "Okay." I'm not saying they were poor, but I was not butter.
You ever had like saltine crackers with margarine? Not butter, margarine.
Again, there's different levels of poverty. I was not that.
I did not either until I worked with someone and they were telling me this was their poor people snack is what it was called. And
I had syrup sandwiches.
I tried it. It was good. What?
Syrup sandwiches.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
is that a pancake?
Take a piece of bread
and
put some
syrup.
maple syrup on there. Soggy bread and all.
Syrup sandwiches.
Syrup sandwich.
Okay.
There's different levels of poverty.
I would just instead of syrup, I would get the butter, but
syrup.
Yeah, that'd be good. Just toast.
He hates my tangents, but as a kid, I could never understand how they got the butter to melt on toast. I know it sounds weird, but I would go over to one of my grandmas at the time, and she would make toast, and every time it was like melted. It was just that perfect, delicious. And I would try to go home and make it. I could never, and it would never melt all the way. And I'm like, what am I doing? And now I realize I just waited too long to put the butter on.
Yep, it was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the boy band, I am just curious.
Mix track, baby.
Shut
we gonna rock,
baby. You just said it on the podcast.
He did. We've never said the name on the podcast before.
No, drop it.
Hey, beep him. Beep it. Beep him.
So seeing Caleb go through that, obviously, how was Caleb through that experience? Because I've heard it from him as an adult now where he did not enjoy it. Did it seem like he didn't enjoy it at the time? Or
I don't think I got that perspective from him. I think I understood because it was work. Mm-hmm. And so, we'd be like, hey, can we hang out? And they're like, we got to rehearse.
Yeah.
And so that always got in the way of us hanging out. And so I would see how their demeanor would be and their attitude would be whenever, we couldn't hang out. So I understood they consider it as work. But, I never heard him voice it in that way until he got a little bit older. Yeah. But I think he still understands. I'm talking like you're not even here. but that really drove him to be who he is today.
For sure, yeah.
I don't know if you like really take that to heart, but that's like that built who you are, man.
100%.
Maybe you just took it from what was you were being told to do and made to do into something that you want to do now, and that fills up your time.
Well, yeah, like again, like the thought of like not wanting or not enjoying it as a child. I knew I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't know that there was an option. I didn't know that there was I didn't know I could ask, why am I doing this? I didn't know that I could say, I don't want to do this.
So you had to find enjoyment in it, I'm sure.
I mean, I guess. But like, again, like I didn't know. For me, this was normal. It was normal to like just eat, sleep, and breathe music and just rehearse and practice and all that stuff. So like, to have a friend like Quinn, because like I really didn't even really have like, I had friends at school, but they were friends at school. Like I never got to like go to friends' houses and hang out with these friends of mine. Like I had like one or two maybe, but I don't ever remember like being inside their houses and like actually spending time with them and having dinners with them. I got that experience with the Basses. So to be with Quinn and spend time in his house and see him and his younger brother and his sister and his mom and dad as this, I mean, it was like looking at aliens. Like, what are y'all, like, what do you, what do you, y'all don't, they're not in a group. Like, what's going on? They don't sing too. And so it was like, there was just always this jealousy that I had. Like, I want their life because my life looks hard. His life looks fun. And I just remember being just incredibly envious of them because like he had this cool, his dad had this cool van. It was like this Mark III
conversion.
Was it the ones
conversion?
with the TVs in them?
Yeah, it was. I
love those vans.
It was a spaceship,
But they were, yeah.
It was the coolest van. Like they had the coolest van.
I think my grandma had one of those.
Their basement had like, it was like their basement had a bar in it, like where they could entertain. I told you one of my favorite memories is like watching like the Bulls versus the Jazz in this basement and their parents entertaining. Like 4th of July's were at their house.
Ooh,
like
4th of July's.
I just remembered like their family was fun. And
do you still do 4th of July big?
No, not anymore. Keep it small now.
Yeah, their family was just like full of fun and love, and mine was just like, we got to rehearse.
Yeah.
We got to practice the band.
And again, and I don't know with you, because I've seen your responses before. I feel like as kids, that's a common response, because I know, like, I'm thinking of times that I went to other people's houses, and they had this and they had that. But I think you can always look at other people, especially as kids, because you don't fully understand.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I wish I had that life. And there may have been times where you're like, man, it wasn't that easy, but...
Well, yeah, because I only saw them when they're entertaining, when they're when they're letting people come over to their house. Like their house is clean when I come over there. Like that's all I saw.
Yeah.
But I do remember one time, I told Quinn this before a bunch of times, like when we were leaving their house, I remember like getting in the car and I heard Quinn, he was standing at the door like he was waving goodbye to us. And I heard his mom yelling at Quinn, I'm gonna beat your ass. I was like, he gets in trouble. And I remember Quinn looking, going, like, oh man. I was like,
she waited for y'all to leave.
Bro, like as soon as we were in the car, like Quinn got it. Quinn got something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but Quinn got in trouble for something.
And this isn't a roasting session, but it's because just bringing up things we've talked about. Quinn's here. He's known you the whole time. Do you see the good things from growing up as a foreman?
What are you talking about?
In your household. With your parents, like growing up. Do you remember the good times?
Yeah.
Because I know it's easy to see.
There are definitely good memories that I have with my family. They are rare for me. But there are definitely like moments that are like wholesome and tender. And even ones that I don't look back on with affection. Like there were nights where my dad would like make us have Bible study, and they're as boring and as draining as those are, because my dad would just go off on like forever about it. I knew what he was trying. No, I know now what he was trying to do. So I look back on those memories a little bit differently now, even though as a child I hated them. I'm like, why are we here? This is the stupidest thing in the world. But I look back at them now and go, okay, I know what he was trying to do. There are moments when my dad would like watch TV with us, and we would like, play video games with us or whatever. Did
you guys go on like any trips or anything? Like, we
went to Worlds of Fun.
Hey,
I thought amusement parks were like family vacations. Like family vacations are like you take a trip, like you go somewhere and stay in a hotel or like stay somewhere for a couple days. I didn't know that people did that. Like,
did you ever go to Branson? I don't know that Branson was probably on.
Branson was, in my opinion, Branson was for white folks.
I don't know about that though. I don't know.
I've never been to Branson.
My barber goes to Branson
on purpose.
Your barber. I thought you were going to say, we went to Branson all the time. We went to the Dixie Stampede. We saw the Jubilee.
I don't know nothing about that.
I've never been.
I never been to Branson.
Really? I mean, I'm not not.
Silver Dollar City, I've never been.
I've never been to Silver Dollar.
I've seen commercials for it, but I've never. My parents were never like, "Hey, let's go to Branson."
Okay.
It's just.
I'm
not,
sorry, I have to mention this now. I've been meaning to mention it for a while.
What?
You mentioned Silver Dollar City. Turkey legs.
What about them?
Did you know it's not turkey?
What is it?
What you mean?
TikTok.
Stay off of that TikTok.
I'm telling you, but apparently it's ham. It's like pig legs. And if you think about it, think about the size of a turkey and the size that they give you.
That's a big turkey.
You know what I mean? But if you imagine like a pig's leg, this isn't.
I'm not believing.
This isn't a conspiracy. I know. There was someone who actually said no. This is a pig. Like it was actual people who made them.
All turkey legs.
I mean, I don't know about all, but
don't ruin
this was
for
talking
me.
about corn. I was surprised.
So you're saying that
And
the
have you ever
carnival-
tasted them? And now you're probably thinking, it was a little hammy.
The Renaissance Festival, when we go to that,
I don't think it's turkey.
You've been to the Renaissance Festival?
a couple times.
Oh, this
Not
was
in
just
recent history.
Didn't you just say it was for white people?
I did say, I was like, I have
Ask me who
never
I went
seen
with,
a
though.
black person.
That's true. Did you go with your family?
No, never been with my family. Mm-mm.
I said I had never seen a black person there, but I guess Quinn's going.
Oh yeah, I was in there. Sword fight.
Was you really?
Which one's the coolest Foreman brother?
I'll tell you right
We
now.
know. We know.
I'll
that.
tell you
I
right
don't
now.
know. My boy Chris is cool too. But little Dave, he has a little swag.
David
to
is
him.
the coolest.
I'ma
David
tell
is
you,
the coolest
Listen to
Foreman.
this. Listen to this, man. Me and the wifey, she has season tickets to the Chiefs game. Married into that, best thing ever.
Yeah.
Love you, baby. Love the Graves family. So we're walking to the game, and all of a sudden I see this dude. He's bebopping like this, walking in rhythm, on beat. I had no idea Lil Dave was in town. I said, babe, I think that's Lil Dave. He looked just like him from the back. Walk past him. He doing his little thing, walking like he's making a beat. I look over, I said, Lil Dave. He's like, what's up, bro? I said, what you doing here? And then I look behind. I said, Big Dave? Oh, he done brought daddy to the game, man.
When was that?
That was,
was like
last year.
I think it was last year or 2 years ago.
It was last year.
My brother came to town and took my dad to a football game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but he's so cool.
You
man.
mad he didn't take you?
I'm not mad about that. No.
You know
'cause
he's not going to the Chiefs game.
I've never been to one. I've been to a preseason game, so that doesn't count. But I've never been to like an.
I still think
actual,
you should go. Just it's for like the environment and everything. It's just a really.
know,
There's
it's a good
nothing
time.
like. I know it's what GEHA Field now, but it's Arrowhead Stadium, but
I'm okay. I'm okay not going.
there's nothing like that.
But nah,
The
no. The
fans.
coolest
Yeah.
Foreman is David. David is the most eccentric, the most outspoken.
David,
Yeah.
Chris, Joshua, Caleb, right?
Yeah, David is the
for sure.
coolest Foreman.
For sure.
And then honestly, it's Chris. Then probably me, and then Josh. People
Stay
keep
humble.
no for real though. Like because when I get around people that know Joshua, they only have great things to say about him, and I'm like, Joshua, my brother, like your brother Josh is so
You know
cool.
it makes
He's so
sense
fun.
though because you guys were the ones that close in age, so there was always going to be that like banner.
Yeah, I'm never
like
gonna.
that,
I'm
like-
never gonna see it. Like people
Yeah.
always like talk so highly and great about Joshua.
Where's your
I'm
brother?
like, Joshua? Like when people rave about Chris and David, I get that.
Because you looked up to them growing up.
Yeah, I get that. When people talk great about Joshua, I'm like, my brother, for real, him.
Which
Like,
also,
I-
you got siblings? How many siblings you have?
I have a younger brother, he passed away. And then I have an older sister. Now I have two little sisters. My dad kind of started over before he passed. So I got, 4 in total?
Okay. And so you grew up, you said an older sister, older brother.
Younger brother, 2 years younger than me. And then older sister, she's 8 years older.
Okay.
So I grew up with them.
And you knew that whole family. You knew the whole family, right?
I knew his older sister, and I knew his younger brother.
You don't know the younger two, right?
No, what is this?
They were there the other day. You do this every time. They was there the other day at Journey's dedication. They were there.
Wait a minute. How? You know what? I did see somebody that looked like LaToya. I was like, hold on a second. She looked like Toya.
How old are they now?
13 and 9.
Okay. Okay.
That's funny. But anyway, though, yeah.
My babies.
What's it like to know Caleb now?
He grew up to be a fine young man. He really did. I mean that in all sincerity. So there was a time where we didn't communicate as much as life was life.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I don't even know what brought it back. But then, man, just to see him grow up into man of God, somebody that's wise, he's learned from his life experiences, understands, what made him who he is today. Like I love to see him prosper and grow, man. I love to see him as a father now. It's crazy to me because he was so irresponsible back in the day that I'm like, man, this dude has a baby now and he's taking care of that baby. He's doing a great job with it.
Yeah.
I love to see it, man. It's like I said, it's like having another brother that's just succeeding in life, and I can truly say that. I look at him and we talk about whatever here and there, and there's a couple times where I was feeling down and I went over his house and he talked me through Job in the Bible. It was like, hey, this is us, man. This is us. And so we had a couple moments where we never really connected on that level as kids because we were just being kids, but as adults we were able to kind of talk through our life experiences and relate them to our different experiences, relate them to stories in the Bible and so forth. So
Yeah.
I love what he's become.
I know the wording of this is going to sound weird. I enjoy having someone on the show that talks so highly of you. And what I mean by that is because I see that in you too, just in the little time I've known you, as far as like coming to dad. And so it's really cool to watch, like hear from the beginning and like growing up with you to see how it wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. Mm-hmm. How proud he is to call you a brother. Yeah. And I think that's really cool because a lot of times on this podcast, people don't always see the full us, because, and sometimes I think you get a bad rep, but there is so much more to you and you are a really good person that people don't always get to see. And I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
So.
No, first of all, I agree with everything Quinn said.
And that is why.
That's it.
Nah, but like,
what's it like to know Quinn now? Follow that.
It's bananas to know Quinn now because, like Quinn said, like this is a person that's been in my life for all of my life. He's always been there. And when I was a child, he was there for sure. Then when we moved, like we just lost connection just because literally distance and we didn't have phones and stuff like that. So like I never really got to like see him. But moving back to KC, still like Quinn's he's always like been in my head, like because he was a big part of my life.
Yeah.
But then I guess when I got the chance to actually like have autonomy with my own life and my own choices, I got to choose who do I want to invest my time in? Who do I want to intentionally be around? And Quinn is he's always been that person. Like when people think about like who's somebody you should pray for, and it's always been Quinn. Never knowing like what he's going through, never knowing what his life is looking like at the moment. Because again, we did lose contact for so long, but he's someone I've just never forgotten about. And so to be able to have the ability to choose who do I want to like maybe bring back into my life, it was like let me reach out to Quinn. And so I called him up one day and I was like, yo, let's hit the golf course real quick. Let's go to the driving range. And that was like one of the first times we had gotten to like connect and catch up. And I was like, okay, this feeling feels cool. We should link up. And then I found out like where he lived. Like he's not far. Well, actually, that's a lie. He is kind of far, but it's like far. He lives in Lee Summit. But like again, but no, like it's not bad. But like again, it's like literally, who do I want to make time for?
Yeah,
and it's not easy to maintain a close relationship, and it's not easy to build a relationship because that's what we've been doing these past few years is like rebuilding this new relationship that we had from when we were best friends as children. And now we're becoming very good friends as adults and fathers. And like I've been able to walk alongside with him I was at his wedding with his wife, Jennifer Elaine.
Hey.
I found him pick a very beautiful bride, and now I get to see him become a dad. Like, Quinn is out here killing it. He's got these 2 bad dogs. No, I'm just playing.
Don't do my doggies.
No, your
bad
dogs
dog.
are beautiful.
What kind of while he's doing that, what kind of dog?
I'm dying over here.
Rescued a pit bull mix and then a golden doodle. He's a mini golden.
Yeah.
Boy.
To see
They are full of energy.
Man,
Yeah.
he won't stop.
Adorable.
Love him though.
Yeah, but to see Quinn's like life change and like to see him like become a father and become a husband, and a son and a brother, to see him become all of these things as an adult is just like, it's wild to me. Like, this is not the same person. To see his metamorphosis as a man, you know, becoming who he is, and like just to watch him. That's what I said earlier. It's like, it's one of the biggest things I've seen and learned this year is to watch people's lives change, and you know, to be able to observe. Man, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Quinn's just always been there, and he's always gonna be there.
You know it.
I love that. No, I think it's great, and it's a good point to a part of what you were saying about. I just think.
Ooh, can I ask Quinn the question about the Lion Kid? Okay. I got a question for you. I think I asked you this earlier. I don't know if I talked to you about this, but like, let me give you a scenario. If Journey asks you to go to a party and you tell her no. Now, unbeknownst to you, you think she's going to a friend's house to go chill for the night.
Know this trick.
But you find out. I'm sorry. You don't find out. She calls me, and she's like, "Uncle Caleb, I need you to come pick me up." I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "I'm at this party, and I need you to come get me." Now, come to find out, this party is an hour away from home. So I go get her. She gets in the car, and I'm driving back home to your spot, and she's like, "Please don't tell my mom and dad. They told me not to go." What do you think I would tell you?
I mean, you telling me.
No, but okay. So no, you don't know. Like, you think she went to a friend's house. She used to spend the night at so and so's house. You think she's cool, but do you think I would tell you if she's like, "Please don't tell my parents"?
I would hope you would.
All right, cool. So I mean, I would tell
I
you.
would tell you.
Nah, but the crazy
It'd be
thing
the
is
next morning.
No,
But I tell you, unless it was something, I really have to understand. Like, hey, what happened? Why are you calling me? Is it just because you're embarrassed and you need a ride home, or did something go on? You know what I mean? If nothing went on, it was fine. You're not hurt. Nothing crazy like that. Then all right.
Nah, because I think what
I won't tell you. I won't tell you
is,
embarrassed, but then I'm really gonna tell you.
I think
next
I'm
morning.
calling you as I'm going to get her. Like, hey, your daughter just called me. She went to this party. She called me to come get her. Just want you to know I'm going to go get her right now.
Ooh, it'd take a lot of restraint for me not to. Boy.
All right. Do we even got time to get into the topic?
No, I don't think we do. But I
Praise
think
God.
my answer to that is I would want to be in the car with him to pick her up and see her face.
Ooh,
Not
bust
say
her out.
not say anything, just be in the car and be like, "What's up?" Like,
Journey. Journey Bad. Hey.
he's got it ready.
It's so
Any of y'all know Journey?
Are you? Hey. Okay. Let's say we go to pick her up. She doesn't know you're coming. Are you getting out the car and running in the house, or are you just waiting for her to just come out? So are you going out to intentionally like embarrass her?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
so you never do that again. It has to be a learning experience. You got to know consequences to your actions.
See, and I agree with what you're saying. I would wait. I would have her get in the car and me just be in the back seat. Maybe pop
In
up
the
and
dark?
scare.
Yeah.
And then because then she's gonna instantly be like,
Yeah, I don't think I want to run into a house and like snatch my kid out of a house, man. That's
"Oh, I mean, it depends on the situation. It does. Like
I
if
don't
one of
know.
their friends calls, like and say she's like drunk as all get out, or like high and around like sketchy people. I mean, I would go in and be like, "All right, let's go." I don't have the voice like.
I don't think I'm doing all that.
As soon as I found out I was having a girl, I started working on it. I was in the mirror. Hey. What's your name? Reggie.
He's been
That is funny.
He's been
oh my
prepping
gosh,
this.
that's silly, Quinn.
No, I am surprised that it's taken this long to get Quinn on here because I think you're very wise.
Hey, Quinn's been trying to come on for a minute. Again, This is like the boy band thing again. Let me get in there.
Well, no, I think we're definitely gonna have to have you back. This is not something we have to talk about off group chat.
No, Quinn's coming back because Quinn is also like he's a. By the way, how did the season end? Is the season over yet?
Yes, it did. We had a wonderful season. I coach youth football, 5th graders this year, and so it's a first-year team, and so we made it all the way to the championship game, but fell a little short in the championship game. But they played their butts off, so I'm happy. I'm happy.
What was the team name?
Titans.
All right.
Quinn played football all through. See, okay, so that's kind of a thing I wanted to ask you about because Quinn watched the Foreman brothers play music, but Quinn's dad had him in football.
Right.
Like almost, I want to say religiously. Like you played it every year.
Oh yeah.
So was there ever a moment where you were like, I don't want to do this anymore? Or did you enjoy it just as much? Because your dad also coached it too.
Yep.
So was there ever a moment where you were like, I don't want to do this?
No, because I was good. And I enjoyed it because I was good. I don't know what it's like to not be. And so that's one reason. But also, my dad also, and I, kind of looking back, I kind of wish he would have pushed me more because maybe I could have developed into something more when it came to being a football player. But he didn't push me off the field as much. We didn't do a lot of drills at home. Every now and again we did. But
that's
really,
what I was
it
going
was
to
all
ask.
just
Did you ever
natural.
feel like whenever it was practice time, you're like, man, I want to stay home tonight?
Oh, I mean, yeah, every kid's like that every now and again. But I don't know. I was getting so much praise. I felt like, it's fine. Practice is fine.
No. And basically, I mean, Caleb should have just learned to sing better.
Yeah, for
He
real.
would have enjoyed it. Yeah.
If he was a lead
Dance
singer,
better,
he would have been all right.
He was, Lil Dave.
But he was.
I don't know
he
if
was
I
more
can,
like
I don't
Randy.
know if I'm cool enough to call David that. That felt weird.
First of all, everybody, if you want to be in, you call him DeV.
DeV, what's up?
That's what. Now
I'm
again,
trying to get your brother to like me.
First of all, that's the silly thing about David because everybody else calls him DeV, but to us, that's Lil Dave. Like,
Well, and
You
that's
gonna be 60 and this little Dave.
that was the
like,
hard
you
part
Lil
about
Dave.
going
That's what it
to
is.
LA because you got and you referred to him as David, your brother David. To me. And so I was like, and then you told me he goes by DeV. So I'm like, when I get there, do I call him DeV or David?
David.
So I was like, what's up, David DeV?
no, but like literally everybody in LA calls him DeV. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But like his family calls him Lil Dave.
DeV.
So
When can I call you Lil Dave?
like, I mean, you can. He'll answer to it. Like, I don't mean, what do you call him?
Call him Little Dave.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
Lil
referring.
Dave.
That's what he is.
He's
He
Lil
said Lil
Dave.
Dave, Big Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Lil Dave and then there's Big Dave. Like that's just what it is. But like if everybody in LA calls him DeV, I'm like, who y'all talking about?
That's because he's the chosen one out there.
David?
Yeah, but see, what you should do is feel cool because you're like on a different level with someone that is well known and respected out in LA. Because he is very well known. He's got a lot of like.
Yeah,
Your brother's dope.
he's a big deal. But it's just kind of funny because again, that like to me, that's just Lil Dave.
Actually, so he's been producing one of this. I wish I should have this. I should have prepped this, but this artist, she's got blonde hair, and they just released a Christmas track to White Christmas. It was, like so good. Like you need to go listen to it. What is her? I wish I knew her name.
It's not Whitney from Houston. It's not Whitney from Houston.
No,
But we actually skipped a question for Quinn though. Is there any embarrassing moments you wish to share about?
Yeah.
I can't believe you skipped that.
Well, because I thought we were running on time. No. Yes. Share all the.
So
I don't think he has one.
Caleb has what? We've talked about Caleb. I mean, there's a Caleb somewhere,
It says
but
alter ego.
You don't know about Kaylee. Kaylee's my boy. I will. Hey, I call it Kaylee.
I was praying that you were not going to
That's
say
what it
that.
is. You knew it was coming though. That's
almost-
what I call him.
I was almost
Kaylee?
excited that we had made it this far without him saying that.
Really?
Oh, God, I hate this.
Did you? I mean, where did that name stem from?
I just come up with nicknames, and I just looked at him one day, and I was just excited to see him, and I said, "Kaylee, what's up, man?" That was just it. Kaylee.
And you probably fine with it growing up.
No, I've never liked it.
I don't care if it's a girl.
Now, I feel like now though, it's probably okay. I'm sorry, real quick.
Shout her out.
Her name is Carly Davis.
There we go.
And Devi produces her music, and she did this cover of White Christmas, and it is absolutely beautiful. Devi, I could tell, got those beats in the background, like it's really good. So,
all right,
saw that the other day. But Kaylee,
yep. When there was a little girl across the street. I don't care if he had a little crush on her or whatever. Across the street from my house, she come over, hang out with us. It's Kaylee. It's Kaylee right in front of her face. He's embarrassed. I don't care. That's
you know what I love?
Kaylee.
People at church now. Hey, Kaylee.
Get on.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
What else though? Like, is there any like story?
Yeah, let's see. What else?
He's like, oh yeah, I got a whole book.
No, he doesn't. I really don't think he does.
Nah, I got one.
There's one that I'm not gonna share, but
I got one. So it didn't really involve me, but I would go over their house sometimes, and they'd have these VHSs of them rehearsing.
Oh, jeez.
So they're rehearsing. Okay, sounds good. Whatever. They get in trouble a couple times because Caleb can't sing on key. So all of a sudden, they put all their instruments down. They start walking up the steps. Camera's still rolling. All of a sudden, you hear, Caleb! I'm like, uh-oh. Caleb over there, he talked about me getting my butt whooped. Caleb not on camera, it was off camera, but you heard it. Caleb off camera was about to get that booty tore
because he wasn't singing on key.
I don't know if it was that or what.
First of all,
I don't know the story behind it.
I've seen this VHS tape too many times, but like we were in the middle of playing a song. I know the song we were playing too. It was "Dance Children Dance" by Leon Patella. It's an old song, and we're in the middle of like playing the song, and my dad we're playing the song, and my dad gets frustrated, and he's like, "Stop! Cut! Forget it! Cut it off! Forget it! Cut!" He says it like 8, 9, 10 times. And we're all like, what? He says, just go upstairs. Forget it. Go. And we all just start walking off. And my dad goes, "Lil Dave, learn your part. Caleb, get back down here."
So what did you do? You weren't singing right, or?
I don't know what I did.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I did wrong.
So, and here's the thing.
It was not a good time to be Caleb.
You can't mention something and then be like, but I ain't going to say it.
Nah.
What were you talking about? The one thing that do you think he's going to say something?
Oh, he wouldn't remember it.
I would.
He wouldn't.
Try me.
This is okay. Let me preface this was a period. Remember when you were talking about? No, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. This was a period in my life. It was a short-lived time, where don't ask me why I did not flush the toilet. I don't know why. I just was like, I'm not flushing toilets anymore. I was a child. Doing this, and one time I was at his house, and I used the restroom, and I did not flush the toilet. And I just walked out of the bathroom. I was like, whatever, I'm not flushing. And I remember I went back to go play, and Quinn was like, hold on, did you flush the toilet? I was like, nah. He was like, get back in there and flush the toilet. I was like, why?
Because I told you.
And I remember being like really embarrassed about it. I was like, fine. And then I went in there and pretended to flush the toilet.
You didn't even flush?
I didn't feel like doing it.
Trifling.
Yes.
And then I came back out, and Quinn was like, you didn't flush? I was like, and then I went back and then actually flushed it. Don't ask me why.
Obviously,
he's a contrarian.
You're a kid at that
I was
age,
just like, I'm not flushing toilets right now.
I'm confused. I want to know what was going through your brain of like, yeah, I'm not going to flush. Like, that was, but I mean, you were a kid.
I don't know what was going in my head, but I went through a phase where I was like, I'm not flushing toilets no more.
We got to start wrapping up this up, but I do want to know, you got any final embarrassing stories you can think of?
No, he doesn't. I wasn't that embarrassed.
Don't answer.
He really was.
He can speak for himself.
He really was okay. He wasn't too bad. All we did was when we
How
hung
much
out.
did you pay him before this?
Not enough. Hold on. All we did was we were in the basement watching NSYNC videos, watching You Got Served, doing all the dance moves. To this day, I bet you we could do the dance moves to You Got Served like it's nothing. Yep.
Maybe.
He could actually dance back then.
Throwback.
Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, Quinn was always a good time.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. I think it's been really cool. Wanted to hear about someone who's known you for quite some time. But yeah, Quinn, thank you for coming on. But we are going to go into our weekly segment, which is called
That's Crazy.
I almost said that's how you feel.
You would, because you're crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's really time where we just rant, praise, kind of talk about whatever hot takes, random thoughts. At this point, I'm reaching. No, you'll see mine today. I was like, they're going to be like, where did this come from? But it's a thought I had. So what you got, Caleb?
Mine is a Facebook memory that I had from 11 years ago. I remember when I was very young without kids, I was like, I'm never going to put my kids.
A year ago? You said this a year ago.
Well, maybe you might be right.
Anyways,
so my status says if my kids think they're going to make it on my profile as my profile picture, they're going to be very disappointed. This is my profile, not yours. When they start paying bills, that is when they can rent out my profile pic space.
Hey, what's your profile pic right now?
It's a picture of me and my son right now. But like, bro,
Side to side.
Yeah, gosh, I hate myself for like being obsessed with my kid, but man, my kid, I just be like,
he's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
When you look at I mean, it's literally, yeah, there's nothing like it.
Like, I'm just like, I'm not as bad as my spouse though. My spouse be like, when I'm not around, she sends me photos of him. I'm like, you didn't need to send me this. Like, I mean, I'm grateful that she does, but like,
I'd say you'll be glad you have those.
Like, he's got a towel on his head right now. Like, you
don't want him to be the kid that one day has like 2 pictures compared to the other kid got like hundreds.
Right.
I'm worried about it though, because like he's just one, and I already have hundreds of photos of him.
I will tell you, especially with iPhones nowadays, like I need to get. This is not something I've done, but I need to get on like a cloud drive of some type, and literally I want to at some point, and it's gonna be hard because there's a lot, but organize them out by year and different things, because if it keeps going, like I'll never keep up.
Yep.
Yeah,
It'll just be Facebook memories.
I've got too many photos of my kid already, and I'm like, you're not even 1 year old. You ain't even said a word yet.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do love posting my kid though. Like that's my boy, man.
It is, yeah.
Big dog.
And he loves you.
That's my dog.
He loves you. The way he smiles at you.
Hey, you know what? That is the coolest thing for me to walk into a room and my kid sees. Man, it makes me feel so good. Cause like he'll be his grandparents were in town recently, right? And his grandparents are obsessed with him, as they should be. Whatever. But like, we'll be at the house. I won't be there. He'll be in his high chair eating dinner, and my spouse, grandparents are all around him, sisters, everybody's around him. I walk in the room, he sees me, and he smiles.
Hey.
I'm like, y'all ain't nothing. It's me. I'm him. I'm him.
Daddy, you.
He sees me, and he's like, that's my boy right there. I was,
Keep that energy.
No, because there's something about me that makes me hope. I hope he don't smile for none of y'all. Like, I hope that it's only me. But
I will tell you though, especially when you have like second kids or whatever, at some point there will be typically one with one parent, one with the other. So we have the typical boy
alliances form.
Yeah. So we have, my daughter is huge daddy's girl. My son, annoyingly, is a huge mama's boy, which is funny because I was a mama's boy. But he drives me crazy because sometimes if she's in the room, you might as well not be there. Like, and it is the most frustrating thing. She will like, go hug your dog, and he'll come over after saying no, hug me and say bye-bye. I'm like, you talk about trifling. So just wait.
Has Journey picked a favorite parent yet?
I'm not gonna answer that right now.
She has, hasn't she?
I'm not gonna answer that right now. So I don't want to get in trouble.
His wife's watching.
Wink, wink.
She's good.
I don't know. It depends on the day, because like a lot of times, like man, I make that baby crack up laughing, smiling, but then sometimes like I'll hold her for a minute. She see her mama, and she start getting squirmy. I'm like, you all right, girl? Okay, this is what you want. You want to lay this way. All right. Here, she start reaching for her mom. Now she's starting to reach. And she does one of these. I'm just like, Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead.
It's messed up. Yeah.
It really is.
Trifling.
It hurt my
used to
feelings
be-
a couple times.
It used to be real
Yes.
mad because like Gabe used to be able to, like when I sit with him, he just sits. And she hates that like he's so chill when he's just with me. He's just like, he never just sits when he's with me. I'm like, because he knows he's at peace when he's with me. He knows he's
I
safe.
know how to hold him right.
You don't know what you're doing over there.
That's messed up. My weekly segment, it's weird, but it's like I had this epiphany, I guess, or this just weird thought. I was like, I should talk about this on the podcast because that's a great thing. So y'all ever, I mean, I know it's not the preferred place to take a number 2, but when you out in public and it hits and you got to go.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So you know when you get in the bathroom, typically if it's got toilet paper, there's always some hanging down for you.
Yeah.
I can never grab the first like couple pieces of toilet. Like I have to rip that off.
That ain't crazy.
Really, it's not.
What are you talking
No,
about?
get-
Hold on. Whoa. Back. Wait. What are you talking about?
So like when I go to a public bathroom
Yeah.
to go number 2, if there's toilet paper hanging off, I have to pull that down. Well, not touch that sheet, but like rip that off and then start a fresh roll. Like start a fresh thing so I can. Because like I feel like it's dirt. It's
that
wet.
last one usually a little torn a little bit too.
Yeah.
It's like nah,
And
that's contaminated.
Someone else has touched it. I'm like, I can't do it. Thank you. Thank
I'm right
you.
with you. I'm right with you.
I thought y'all were gonna be like, y'all done, but I thought you were gonna act like he's
You again, hey Levi, you trifling.
Okay. On the subject of toilet paper, I just have a quick question about this. When y'all because apparently y'all are using public toilets out here. When y'all have to sit down,
You gotta do what you
are
gotta
you
do.
are you putting the seat covers down, or are you just raw butting these seats out here?
Come on now.
Are you?
That's hey, I might squat instead. But nah, you gotta put something down. That's nasty. If you gotta go.
I was just curious. If we out here raw button seats.
No, you got to put that little. I hate when I go in and they don't have one of those little things. Then you have to like line it with toilet paper.
You gotta do it yourself.
No, okay, that's cool.
DIY.
But I've never thought about like getting rid of the first couple.
I've
never had.
It
that
happened
thought.
to me clearly a couple weeks ago because I'm talking about the podcast, and I was like, to me it was a weird thought. I'm like, I literally ripped this off because I can't. To me, it's gross at that point. Like, then I feel like I'm wasting toilet paper. But I'm like, I don't care.
I've never had that thought, but cool.
Quinn, what you got?
You got
I
anything?
ain't got nothing.
Nothing.
I'm slacking.
Man,
I don't know.
Hey,
you gave
that's
some
all right.
praise to Caleb today. I think that's
fine.
good.
I feel like I needed to. Some of them comments were coming at my guy. I might have came at him a couple times too, though, but rightfully so.
I don't care. This has been a great episode. I love this episode. This episode's been awesome.
Well, do the outro.
So, hey, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share it, and subscribe. Check out our website, that'showyoufeelshow.com. Check out our Patreon. One more time, a big round of applause for Quinn being here. Kudos to me for making it through this episode with the way that I sound. I can't wait to listen to this back. I hope I sound awesome.
Very white.
You just sound
Yeah, baby.
you just sound quiet.
All right. Hey, we'll see you guys next week.